People frequently ask why we can't make polyethylene film in any color, just as a printer can match any ink color a la PMS or Pantone matching system. I'm going to explain why we have a limited selection of colors and why the process is not as simple as you might think. It's mainly because for us to make polyethylene film, we have to start with pellets. Now, pellets flow at a different rate than, say, powders. So it's not like you can just take your leftover colors from Holy Fest and throw them into the hopper and come out with film, because they will flow at different rates. What we have to do is we have to have the pigment mixed with a polyethylene resin which has a higher melt index or much less resistance to flow, much less viscous than the polyethylene that is made for film resin. What we have to do is we have to have the pigment in effect compounded, usually at what's called a 50% loading. Now these are about half pigment and half resin. So we mix those with the polyethylene basic film resin to come up with either a tint, which would be something like this, or a fully opaque film, such as this. Now, all these films you see here are fairly opaque, and these are made for triangular shaped banners you might see out here and there. But all these things here are all made by the same process. This is polypropylene, which has a pigment and a polypropylene carrier to make the mesh. This is an old-fashioned ice tray. They have to go through the same thing, where they mix it in a certain percentage. And the lid of this Gatorade bottle, it's all made the same way. So even though we do call out our colors by PMS number, it doesn't mean we can just mix up anything you want, like playing around with finger paints. We have to keep these in stock, so that's part of the reason why we have such a limited selection of colors. They're very expensive, and the reason that the different colors are not all the same is because the cost of the pigments are not all the same. By the way, all of our pigments are heavy metal free. We have to have that in order to keep our kosher certification. This is very important, just not only from an ethical standpoint, but for California Prop 65 compliance. I hope this helps understand the process of making pigmented or tinted plastic films.